How you guys doing? Today is Sunday, September 16th, 2012. I thought I'd chime in about this report about the Marines not being issued ammo to protect our embassies. At the time of this video, of course, you guys probably know that a whole bunch of our embassies have been attacked across the Middle East. Some embassies have been attacked in Europe and other places. So anyway, thought I'd chime in. Here's this report. Links are going to be down below, by the way, folks. And what it's saying is U.S. Marines defending the American embassy in Egypt were not permitted by the State Department to carry live ammunition, limiting their ability to respond to attacks like those this week on the U.S. consulate in Cairo. Ambassador to Egypt, Ann Patterson, remember that name, did not permit U.S. Marine Guards to carry live ammunition, according to multiple reports on U.S. Marine Corps blogs. Quote, she neutralized any U.S. military capability that was dedicated to preserve her life and protect the U.S. Embassy. If true, the reports indicate that Patterson shirked her obligation to protect U.S. interests, Night Watch states. Okay, so that's the initial story. Below it, there's a update. Okay, here's the update. The update says, further Marine spokesman at the Pentagon, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Hughes, says these reports are not true, and they have "not" in capital letters. They're not true. This is on the record. Quote, the ambassador and RSO have been completely and appropriately engaged with the security situation. No restrictions on weapons or weapons status have been imposed. This information comes from the detachment commander at EMB Cairo. All right. Now, some folks seem to take this for face value. They just accept that this spokesman at the Pentagon, which, of course, before making any statements to the media, they usually have to be cleared from the higher-ups. Well, who's the higher-ups? Well, that would be Leon Panetta, Secretary of Defense. You would think so, okay? And we'll get back to Leon in just a second, okay? So this is what they're saying. They are categorically stating that the Marines did have ammunition, all right? And people right now are believing this. They're just accepting, oh, well, you know, a spokesman said it, so therefore it must be true, all right? Now, politicians wouldn't lie to us, would they, folks? I mean, what was it President Clinton said? I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky, right? What was it Republican President Ronald Reagan said? Well, I did not trade weapons or anything else for those hostages. Ain't that right, Oliver North? Okay? How about Gary Powers, the U-2 pilot, shot down, and there's Gary right there. And what was it Republican President Eisenhower said? Oh, no, no, they didn't shoot down any of our pilots. So then the Soviet socialists paraded him in front of the cameras and said, oh, yes, we did, liar. All right, anyway, folks are believing this, that these politicians and their spokesmen say it did not happen. Well, what I'm asking you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is think about this in a logical manner, put aside the spin, put aside the smoke screen that's being put up by the administration, and let's think about this logically. Okay. Given the battle history of the United States Marine Corps, logically speaking, what do you think the Marines would have done if there was no interference from the higher-ups? Okay? That is their mission. Their mission as embassy guards is to protect the embassy and to protect embassy personnel. Okay? So the administration is now saying that this was a coordinated terrorist attack on September 11th. All right? You picture yourself as a U.S. Marine Corps embassy guard, and they are firing fucking RPGs at you, folks. Okay? For those of you who do not know what an RPG is, it's a rocket-propelled grenade, and they are designed to take out a friggin' tank. Okay? So you picture it in your mind that they're having RPGs fired at them. They're having Molotov cocktails, maybe even machine gun fire, so forth and so on. Logically speaking, what do you think the Marines would have done? Okay? I know what I think they would have done if there was no interference. The Marines would have lit them up. That's what they would have done. Okay? There would be dead bodies strewn all over the place, folks. Okay? They may even have called in close air support in the form of a helicopter gunship. They may have called for additional Marines to come in here and lay waste to all these terrorists. But did they? This administration is, no, they didn't. Instead, the ambassador was murdered. His body was dragged into the streets, and the embassy was burned, and our flag was torn down, and Al-Qaeda-style flag was raised up our flagpole, so forth and so on. Okay? So this doesn't jive. This does not make sense that they're saying the Marines had ammo, and that's it, shut up and go away, nothing to see here, folks, move along. Okay? I don't buy it. What needs to happen is we need to have a congressional investigation. We need to get, where is the sweetheart's name again? Ambassador to Egypt, Ann Patterson. We need to have her sworn in under oath, given testimony as to what exactly she did or did not do. Okay? We need to get the actual Marines that were at these embassies sworn in, and we need to hear from the Marines themselves as to what actually happened. Okay? They need to be protected under the whistleblower laws, so forth and so on. Because this is not adding up. Okay? They had ammunition. So you're telling me, you're telling the American people that the Marines just stood there with locked and loaded weapons and did nothing. They ran away? Bullshit. That's what I say, folks. Bullshit. Okay? This Ann Patterson witch, if it can be proven that she gave the order to disarm the Marines, right, she needs to be brought up on murder charges, because as far as I'm concerned, this is malice of forethought. Okay? Prior to this incident happening, and even during its, while it was in progress, she premeditatedly disarmed the Marines. Okay? Keeping guns and ammo locked inside of an arms room, that does not classify the Marines as being issued. Okay? It doesn't fall into that, just in case that's what the real story is. Okay? So, this is what I'm saying, folks. Okay? Let's get back to Leon Panetta. All right, now here's Leon, and this is March of 2012. And what was it Leon did? Well, it says Marines disarmed for Leon Panetta's speech. Okay? All right? So, in March of 2012, we take our orders from the United Nations, and we follow international law, not the United States Congress, and not the United States Constitution. Panetta, right? This sweetheart here had the Marines disarmed in March. So there's another incident. How about this, folks? And this is 1979, the Iranian hostage crisis. And I remember watching the Marines and the embassy personnel being let out blindfolded, and how Peanut Head Jimmy Carter put this country through 444 days of hell. They were not allowed to fire. The Marine Guards in 79 were not allowed to fire upon these savages that attacked our embassy. Okay? Now, are you seeing a pattern here, folks? Okay? 1979, right? Marines not allowed to fire upon their attackers. Leon Panetta, March of 2012, disarm the Marines. Okay, documented fact. Okay, now here we are, September 2012. Marines not allowed to fire upon terrorists, shooting at them with RPGs. What we need is we need all the Marine Corps veteran organizations. We need the American Legion. We need the veterans of foreign wars, so forth and so on, to be demanding an investigation. Okay? We need any Republican and any Democrat that has so much as a grain of concern about the safety of our Marines and embassy staff and ambassadors to go ahead and initiate the investigation. That's what needs to happen here, folks. There's more to this. And there's other incidents, by the way, in the past where our embassies have been attacked and the Marines were banned from using force. Okay? Anyway, rambled on enough. I'm just going to leave it at that. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that this is... do you actually believe this story? That the Marines had ammunition and they did nothing? Do you really believe that? Alright, folks. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching.